Okay, so if you can see, this is not straight, obviously. See, it hits that side over there. And if we keep going, but this is not straight at all. And remember how I said, like, sometimes the other side? See, if we trued it up to about there, look how much is left over on the other side. That is why we also want to do this. So I'm going to find, this is called an L square because it's a straight edge. I'm going to find the corner right here, and my back on that side. Actually, I'm going to just cut the selvage off. So I'm going to come up a little bit anyways, which will cut that edge off also. See, right about, oh, we could probably come up a little bit more. We're going to lose a little bit of inches, but it's okay. See, this is about the same both ways right here. Right there, actually, because I like that little square right there. Kind of a rectangle, but we're good. Okay. This is going to be my edge, so I'm going to come in because I can see it doesn't measure right up there. And I'm going to make my corner. So tailor's chalk, if you wash it, it will come out. If you iron it, it will come out. And so this is actually good to have. This is not soap. It comes in squares like this, or it's white squares. These, I'm using little pieces I broke off. But it comes in a bunch of different colors that you can use. So I am going to do that. Keep that measured right there. And go this whole length right here. And then when I get to the corner, I'm going to put this over there and make another straight corner. And then we're going to go across the edge over there. And then we're going to swing it around, and we're going to basically do this to the whole length. If you're not sure if you cut the front and back, just check. This is where I was going to mark it off like this so I can cut it, but I can just peek real quick. See, I'm not even moving the this and tell that I made it. But when I get to like another section, like over here, we're obviously boop, the back is a little bit shorter than the top. I'm still cutting off part of that selvage. You can see the holes in it, in the selvage. Oh, no, you can't. Here we go. Sorry. There, you can see the holes in the selvage. So I'm cutting off more of the front, but the back isn't getting as much. But we're still cutting off the selvage off of both sides. And I'm keeping these right here and right there about the same. So that's what I'm measuring is the stitch. The stitch line is about, oh goodness, let's see. Almost about 3 inches right here. So yeah, almost about 3 inches away from the last stitch line that we had. That's about what it is. So we're gonna just keep going all the way to the end. And then when you get to this corner, again, you would have that line that goes all the way around. This is obviously going to be off a little bit. If you were doing it pretty, you could have used this also to mark off the lines as you were stitching them instead of what I did. But we're going to use this corner to make corners and stuff. And then again, see, the top is actually shorter than the back. So this is why we drew it up. We will lose a little bit of inches. If you wanted to come all the way to the edge, I guess you could, but look, just to make sure that it isn't. Because if I came all the way to this edge and tried to true it up, I would be missing, because in some of it, like over here, if I tried to true it up, the green is like way far back, like quarter, half inch about. Yeah, in parts of it. So use this or a regular square, ruler if you have it. If you don't have an L square, you can use like a piece of paper, which I don't have with me, but just a regular piece of paper to hold up just to get a clean edge. And then keep this going, and then use your regular ruler. Like even if you had just like this much of a ruler, just use this to keep going, but like use something to make nice corners. Okay, so I'm gonna chew this up real quick. Okay, so as you see, we chewed up the edges. We did cut off a little bit more on this side than some of the other ones, but it is cute and pretty. And just to make sure, we're gonna fold it in half, because that is the test. Oh, look at that. See, the edges are all nice and pretty. Our quilt works. See? None of the edges are too long. So this, can you see this? This actually works. Nothing is too long. That's just me folding it. Don't know how to fold. But yeah, all of our edges and corners are trued up. This is how you can true up any size quilt, baby, twin, king, queen, or a little lap throw, or anything like a wall hanging. This is what you would do to it. You would cut the edges that way. All your corners are nice little 90-degree angles. Totally pretty and perfect. So we can just throw the binding on, but this is one of those times we're actually going to take special care. You're going to top stitch just just the edge. And that's just going to keep it nice and clean. So if you want to bust your pins out, now would be a time. Or if you use those little wonder clips, you can do wonder clips too. Again, if you go this way, you won't actually stitch over them. You won't actually stitch over them. And if you do, you won't actually bust your needle that much. I don't know. Of all the times that I've accidentally like stitched over these, I don't break my needle that often. So pin it this way, perpendicular to the fabric. Don't pin it the other way. That way, if you accidentally stitch over it and forget to pull it out, then you won't break things. We're gonna go, I might pin, especially the corners at least. We're gonna at least pin the corners because we want to make sure that we keep those little 90 degree corners. Right there, like that. But I'm gonna go and stitch around the edge, and then we will put our binding on, and then you are just about done. How cool is that? Yay, you're doing it. And I totally wasn't going to show this, but Angela said that it actually scares her when I stitch so fast. So this point of the video is dedicated to Angela, just because I know it drives you crazy. This is not sped up, by the way. This is all real. This is not sped up at all. So I'm not pinning it. Again, please pin it. This is like your first quilt that you're making. It's not mine. And I don't like using pins. I never really have. So we're just doing it just to lock the edges together. If you don't catch it, like see like right there, that's okay, because this is all going to get covered by the binding. This just keeps the edges from not coming apart while we're stitching the binding onto the edge. I'm slowing it down for you. Okay, so remember when I said don't backtach? If you stitch over your previous thing, that's like backtacking. So if you're sewing like a sleeve or anything like that, or just regular anything, don't backtach. Okay, just stitch over it and it locks it in. I'm serious. That's what we were taught to do. So okay, so our edges are nice and tacked together. I like that. We're going to get our binding and we're going to put it together. Yay! You can buy seam binding, bias tape, or you can make it. I'm just going to make it because I forgot to buy some. That can be a whole nother tutorial. We're not actually going to teach that right now. This is just how to make this. But yeah, if you want to learn how to make that later, I'm sure I will throw up a tutorial on my blog or on my YouTube. But just grab some or make some if you already know how. We're just going to throw some bias tape binding on it. We're just going to bind it. Okay, let me go get that and then I will show you how to do that.